Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating and dramatic chapters of North American history, the day Canada burnt the White House. Yes, you heard that right. But before you rush to fact-check, let me clarify. While British troops executed the attack on Washington, D.C. in 1814, many soldiers were stationed in British Canada. Do you know that Canada to date is still under the British Crown? Do you know that the highest-ranking government official in Canada is the Governor-General, who is appointed by the King in Britain? Do you know that King Charles of Britain is also the King of Canada? Do you know that the Governor-General, as the representative of the King, has the constitutional power to dismiss the Prime Minister of Canada? So, let's set the stage and uncover the fiery tale of the War of 1812 and the burning of the White House. The War of 1812, often called the Second War of Independence for the United States, was a conflict fought between the United States and the British Empire. Tensions had been simmering for years due to issues like trade restrictions, impressment of American sailors into the Royal Navy, and British support for Native American tribes resisting American expansion. By June 18, 1812, these tensions boiled over, and the United States declared war on Britain. The conflict raged on multiple fronts, from naval battles in the Atlantic and Great Lakes to frontier skirmishes and large-scale battles. In April 1813, American forces attacked and burned the city of Toronto, then called York, the capital of Upper Canada. American troops looted and set fire to the Parliament buildings, leaving a smouldering message. This act of destruction and desecration fueled the British desire for retribution, culminating in the burning of Washington, D.C. Fast forward to August 1814. British forces, fresh from victories in Europe against Napoleon, turned their attention to the American front. A force of around 4,000 British troops, led by Major General Robert Ross, landed in Maryland with a bold plan to strike at the very heart of the United States, its capital, Washington, D.C. Marching through the sweltering heat, the British encountered American militia at Bladensburg, just northeast of Washington. The Battle of Bladensburg, often called the Bladensburg Races due to the quick retreat of American forces, cleared the path for the British to enter the capital. On August 24, 1814, British and Canadian troops entered Washington, D.C. American President James Madison and other officials fled the city to avoid capture. Madison sought refuge in Virginia, moving between several safe locations as the British advanced. With the city left defenseless, the British set fire to multiple government buildings, including the Capitol, the White House, and Navy Yard. First Lady Dolley Madison played a crucial role in preserving important artifacts and documents. She famously saved a portrait of George Washington, ordering it to be removed and secured before she fled. She also ensured the preservation of crucial state papers and other irreplaceable items. Other acts of bravery marked that fateful day. Government clerks and officials worked tirelessly to save important documents, hauling them out of the burning buildings at great personal risk. Despite the chaos, these efforts ensured that vital records were preserved, allowing the government to function in the aftermath. Interestingly, a sudden and fierce thunderstorm, possibly a hurricane, struck the city during the British occupation, dousing the flames and causing further chaos. Some reports even suggest that a tornado touched down, adding a surreal twist to the events. The British occupation of Washington, D.C. lasted only about 26 hours, leaving Washington, D.C. a smouldering ruin, but the impact was profound. The destruction of the White House and Capitol was a stark message to the United States, symbolizing British might and the vulnerability of the young nation. In the aftermath, the United States was embarrassed, but the American spirit proved resilient. The burned-out ruins of the White House were soon rebuilt, and by 1817, President James Monroe moved into the newly reconstructed Executive Mansion. The War of 1812 concluded in 1815 with the Treaty of Ghent, restoring peace but leaving lasting scars and a strengthened sense of American identity. So, while it may not have been Canada per se, the British forces that set Washington ablaze were closely tied to Canada, with many troops and supplies coming from the British colonies to the north. It's a reminder of the interconnected histories of these neighbouring nations and the tumultuous path that shaped them. And there you have it, the dramatic tale of the day the White House burnt. A story of war, resilience, and the indomitable spirit of a nation. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more captivating historical tales. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep exploring.